Hey everyone and welcome. I'm White and Nerdy 42. I'm going to be casting a Platinum SoloQ game featuring one of my friends found in his match history. Looking forward to casting. Haven't done a full game in a pretty long time, so I'm super hyped to be getting back into it. Yeah, let's get right into it. Before I start, just want to give a quick rundown of the champ select. Each team's comp here. Blue side, Darius, Mundo, Diana, Jhin, Alistar. Jhin, Alistar, you know, pretty standard lane, seen a lot. The Dark Harvest Jhin means they're probably going to be looking to be very aggro in that bot lane. Jhin, Alistar, of course, has a lot of chain CC possibilities. On the other side in that bot lane is Kai'Sa, Morgana. You want to be looking to farm, go for maybe a pick if Morgana can hit a big Dark Binding. The Black Shield's going to be pretty important with the timing there to maybe save either the Kai'Sa or the Morgana from getting CC'd by the Alistar and the Jhin. In the mid lane, Diana versus Pyke. Haven't seen a lot of Pyke mid. Hail of Blades, you know, is a big keystone that a lot of people like to take there. That should be pretty interesting to see. Looking forward to how that goes. Gay Luigi versus RADC is my support. In the jungle, the Kindred versus the Dr. Mundo. I know a lot of people have been talking about Dr. Mundo in the jungle. It's a pretty interesting pick. Very fast clears, can really do a lot of damage with the Emax, get a lot of bonus attack damage. On the downside, of course, really no CC to speak of, aside from the cleavers. Kindred, though, also not a lot of CC, another damage-heavy jungler. I think key for the red team is going to be buying some Executioners and other Grievous early to really cut down on the Mundo healing. By the time he gets fed, it's just too late. And then in the top lane, Darius versus Garen. Really, seems like the top lane matchup that you'd expect to see in a League of Legends trailer or cinematic. Darius, Darius versus Garen, Noxus versus Demacia. What more can you want? Let's get right into the game. Let's see what people buy, where people go. We assume to see pretty standard stuff. Again, this is about Plat 3 Elo. Doran's shield start from the Pyke. Versus Corrupting from the Diana. Everything else pretty standard, about what you'd expect. Doran's Blade from the Darius, Doran's Shield from the Garen. A little interesting to see some of the choices they're making there. Both junglers going Red Smite. The damage it gives is very powerful, and it looks like we're going to have a level 1 fight right away. 5v5 here in the river. Dark Binding connects right away onto Diana. They absolutely pop her. First blood for God Kevin on the Garen. No summoners needed except for the Ignite from the Morgana. Now blue team trying to fight back, but they're almost getting caught and forced to use the flash is PF Lightbone. He had to flash away there as the Dark Binding was coming in. Red team coming out ahead with a 600 gold lead. The kill onto the Garen means that could change the lane right away. Start snowballing the lane means Garen's going to be able to back by a longsword or a ruby crystal. He's actually going to go for the boots. Good to be able to kite around from the Darius Q. That's definitely the goal there. And let's just make sure this is up. Perfect. So, there is vision. Great job by Jakey Poo there, buying the sweeper, making sure they can clear out the vision, trying to deny as much as possible. Let's just see what happens here. Going to be a pretty standard red sides or red buff start versus blue buff start. I know Dr. Mundo likes to go for the full clears early on. Really effective, efficient farming. Does get pretty low, but should be okay. Up here, Bishpop able to hit the first Q with the edge of the blade despite the boots buy from the Garen. Let's see if this fight is gonna have any effect. We see no teleports actually in the entire game, by the way. Both top laners taking combat summoners. You'd expect to see the Ghost from Darius. You expect to see the Ignite from Garen, especially in solo queue. No real need for the global. Now Diana hitting level 2 first. Now we're coming into the bot lane. Pretty standard farm here. Not a ton happening across. A Dark Binding getting thrown out. Now red team has hit level 2 first. They're pressuring forward, but just not a lot going on. Up here in the top lane, we see the Darius building a pretty significant 9 CS lead already. The wave is pushing in for God Kevin, but unclear if he'll be able to actually recoup that whole loss, and I'm not sure that he will be. You can see the Kindred going for a full bot side clear into the red buff. Dr. Mundo going for a full bot side clear into Wolves, into blue buff, then probably over to the Gromp. Things looking relatively standard here. Diana hitting the Crescent Blade here. Looks like Kindred's looking for a gank. Fierce Sparrow trying to get something done. Gay Luigi going to have to back up. Pike enters stealth. Here comes our ADC as my support, but Gay Luigi just right onto Kindred, getting all that damage, getting the double buffs now. Wow, not a great advised gank there. Both summoners had to be used, but Kindred's so squishy at this point. That's going to blow him up, and that's going to allow the Dr. Mundo, that's going to allow Jakey Poo to really get a lot of scuttle pressure, maybe even get double scuttle here, given that the Kindred is dead. Jakey Poo already level 4, Fierce Sparrow stuck at level 3. Let's see what happens here. Bot lane, red team has already started building a lead. They're up about 5 CS. Alistar missing some XP, going to check the scuttle, drop a ward to watch the Kindred a little bit better. The Jhin, Alistar, kind of forced back in this lane. They started at a bit of a deficit here. A cleaver coming through from Jakey Poo. He is looking to just keep fighting, and he walks up here. Jakey Poo walking up at the red team, able to come over first. PF Lightbone getting a big knockup. Gay Luigi going in. Fierce Sparrow getting the black shield. I don't know if Gay Luigi has the damage to finish him off. Flash over the wall from Jhin. They do get the kill, but Gay Luigi falls. The double buffs transferred onto the Kai'Sa now. The Dark Binding hit onto the Jhin. And here comes Pike as well. Our ADC is my support. Blue team, Jhin and Alistar stuck in an unfavorable position. Kai'Sa burning down and dies. Alistar picking up the kill. Oh man, this is an action-packed game already. It's very even in gold. Jakey Poo had to fall back. He was already getting low. Alistar taking the plant out, but he gets hooked back in. Now he gets hit by the Dark Binding. He's still level 2. He is too far down in XP. Morgana going to finish off that kill. Myrna's Slave picking up the kill. These double buffs continue to transfer over. This is a fun game to watch. Red team comes out slightly ahead, about 500 gold up. The bright spot for them is in the top lane and in the jungle. Generally ahead there. Jakey Poo level up on Fierce Sparrow, and Bishpop about 10 CS up already on God Kevin the Darius, able to exert the pressure despite Karen starting with the first blood, purchasing the boots. I suspect maybe if he had purchased some more combat stats, he may have been a little bit better served there. Red team, of course, continuing to build the lead. They're going to try and just pressure the towers. I assume pressure the objectives as here comes Kindred. Fierce Sparrow onto Gay Luigi. Last time he came mid, it did not work great. Gay Luigi going in, but not able to get enough damage here onto Fierce Sparrow. And if we look at some of the initial items, some of the first buys that are coming in, something interesting is the recurve bow coming in from Gay Luigi on that Diana. I feel like on Diana, on these AP carries, it's really helpful to buy some AP early, try and pressure, get more damage in. Going for the recurve bow, going for the attack speed, kind of meaning you're focusing on the pushing. You're going to be a little bit weaker in fights until you really complete that Nashor's Tooth at this point. But wow, we just missed that fight in the top lane. Bishpop just absolutely melting God Kevin, hitting a big Noxian Guillotine to finish it off. Again, that is the bright spot there. It's a big, with the Ghost versus the Garen Ignite, I think, Blue team's hope is going to be in really snowballing that lane and keeping it ahead. That does bring gold back to even as well. Kills dead even. Not much to speak of in the way of tower damage. No plates taken just yet. Morgana, of course, with the double buffs down here in the bot lane, going to be able to pressure. Other purchases across the board, nothing crazy. Bring your attention to the Garen. Buying the early Berserker's Greaves. It is very common on Garen to increase the number of spins. Here, Gay Luigi is looking for gank in the bot lane. Oh, stepped on the pink ward and didn't see it. Looks like they may be pinging it, but let's see if blue team wants to walk up. PF Lightbone does want to walk up, but he's still level 3. He's very squishy. All he was able to buy is boots and a cloth armor. That's not particularly helpful. He's going to walk into the Dragon Pit. He's going to see the pink ward, but he's going to have to back out. He's getting collapsed on. This could be bad. Our ADC is my support is level 6. Alistar is level 3. Gay Luigi level 6. But as we mentioned, he doesn't have a lot of ability power. The Dark Binding going to come in on PF Lightbone. He takes a big burst, but here comes Diana. Gay Luigi going in. Black Shield coming out onto the Morgana. And Pike in the backline finishing things off. Now Jakey Poo on the Mundo trying to do something, but Diana's dead to the roaming Garen. There's a lot of roam going on here. Pike getting away, able to get the Ignite down on Jakey Poo, cut the healing from that Masochism. Garen now, having picked up a kill now, improves to 2-1. Maybe that's his out. That's his way to get back into this lane against Darius. In the top lane, Bishpop just trying to get a plate, maintain that gold lead despite the roam. He is 25 CS up, so trying to help. But the fight in the bot lane and the mid lane, so far helping out the red team, is Fierce Sparrow going to pick up the dragon on the back end of the fight as well. Now with just the Jhin, with just Giorno Giovanna here. Oh, and a great Dark Binding there. That's going to be a lot of damage here onto the Jhin. Almost popping him off the binding with a full Kai'Sa burst, proccing the plasma. That was just a lot of damage. That's going to allow bot lane to keep pressuring their advantage on the bot side of the map. They've already picked up the dragon. There's about an 800 gold lead between the Kai'Sa and the Jhin, about a 700 gold lead between the Morgana and the Alistar. So red team really trying to pressure there. And despite the Darius, despite Bishop doing the best he can to leverage this gold lead, he's only up about 200 gold in this top lane. So, you know, it's tough to say. Now red choosing to push out rather than freeze the bot lane. They just want to get this wave in. The Alistar, by the way, PF Lightbone really is looking to do a lot of roaming here. It looks like they're trying to collapse on Fierce Sparrow here. Fierce Sparrow does finish the red buff. Oh, and the headbutt comes in just a little bit too late. The Dance of Arrows able to allow Fierce Sparrow to sneak out. And PF Lightbone just losing so much by being here. Kind of making Giorno Giovanna play so far back in this lane. Can't afford to take a Dark Binding. Missing a lot of XP. There's a big fight going on here in the top lane. And Bishop going to be able to kill Fierce Sparrow, but giving those double buffs over to God Kevin. So again, oh, now here in the mid lane, RADC as my support just absolutely melts the Alistar. Oh, but Gay Luigi managing to get him before the Fear Beyond Death comes out again. Sorry, the Pike ult comes out again. Woo, just an action-packed game. A lot of fighting. 15 kills already at 9 minutes. Trying to capture the action as best I can. Giorni Giovanna still able, has had to give up some CS. Still able to get some, but is now down 15 creeps. The Alistar just roaming all over the map, unable to make plays. Has the Moby boots to be able to get back in lane. Here he is, but now he's level 4. He's 2 levels down on the Morgana and the Kai'Sa. Oh, and the Dark Binding hits just at the end, just to add insult to injury. Nothing really coming of it, but that's it. So 10 minutes into the game, about 1,000 golds up for the red team. The Pike has the mobility boots, plus both parts of his Duskblade completed. Kai'Sa is a full pickaxe and longsword up on the Jhin. Dr. Mundo Jakey-Poo has finished that Frostfire Gauntlet, so he should be very strong for these upcoming fights. The Kindred still working. Oh, and of course Alistar just missing the Headbutt Pulverize combo. I mean, they've made that easier so many times. And now Jhin getting caught by the Dark Binding. Soul Shackles and the Black Shield coming out. But Giorno Giovanna able to get the kill back and then before going down to Kindred. Now, here comes Jakey-Poo on the Mundo. He's got the ult ticking. Alistar again just getting the headbutt, no pulverize. Jakey-Poo gonna have to run away. No ult just yet for the Pike. So he's just gonna back off, walk back into the jungle. Good fight there for the blue team. They come out on top with a 2-for-1. They lose Jhin, but able to pick off the Morgana despite the Black Shield and the Soul Shackles. And now Gay Luigi in the mid lane has completed the Dasher's Tooth, has a ton of pushing power with the Diana passive, plus the Dasher's Tooth will also be fairly strong in game. Alistar, PF Lightbone, is finally level 6. He is continuing to roam, trying to clear some wards. Morgana just trying to make things difficult. Other purchases across the map. Kraken Slayer now completed for the Kindred. That, should help a lot in the 1v1 against the Dr. Mundo. No mythics completed in the top lane just yet. Garen on a killing spree, but has a shutdown. Even in levels. Looks pretty even up here. The overall gold is just a 500 gold difference. The blue team really fighting to stay in it, to come back, to make plays. It's working great. We might have a 2v2 blossoming in the top lane. Bishop farming. God Kevin looking for the engage. He's got Fierce Sparrow here. Fierce Sparrow coming in. Here comes Jakey-Poo on the Dr. Mundo. The Garen ult used extremely early. Darius getting the reset. Oh, he didn't get the reset. He didn't get the kill with the ult. Doesn't matter. They finish it off. Triumph keeps Bishop alive through the red smite. Jakey-Poo also helping there. Big fight. But now here comes Pike. Our ADC is my support. 1, 2. He gets the reset with his ult. And Diana going to continue pushing. Can maybe get the first tower. Just took every plate. Has the Nasher's Tooth completed. It's just going to be pushing. But a great roam there for our ADC as my support. He's got the mobility boots. He's got the Pike W. It's just going to be the camouflage that lets him run faster. It's going to be very difficult to protect against those roams. Able to come into the fight and clean up. And despite blue team getting the first tower, they remain about 500 gold down as Pike picking up the big double kill. And of course in the bot lane, still a very rough lane for this Jhin Alistar. The Kai'Sa Morgana able to get those early kills, that early pressure, the roaming Alistar, all allowed the Kai'Sa to get a large lead on this. Jin, and now Kai'Sa goes in with the ult, gets the last auto. The Alistar ults to prevent the damage, but Kai'Sa should be able to finish it off. Korean 1-2-3 finishes it off. Diana looks like it's roaming down. Red team's pings coming across. Kai'Sa, Morgana backing off, just trying to push this last wave out. Diana looking, but there is a ward. Has to drop the pink ward in the tri-bush. Unclear if she'll be able to get anything. Morgana still walking up. Mirna's Slave is going to hit the Dark Binding. Now pops the Soul Shackles. A lot of damage onto Gay Luigi. Flash ult, but dies before the damage comes down. And that is a catastrophe for blue team, losing a lot of pressure. Meanwhile, the blue Rift Herald was popped in the mid lane. Red team's just going to get the dragon easily, and then they should be able to just rotate over and stop this Rift Herald before it gets the tower, especially considering the tier 1's already down. Not a great Herald usage there from blue team. You know, up here in the top lane, blue team is going to take down another tower, so they are staying close in gold, just 1,500 gold down at this point. Stridebreaker, Phage complete for Darius. Kai'Sa, the Kraken Slayer, serrated Dirk. Pyke, Duskblade, serrated Dirk. Those two, the mid laner and the ADC, are going to be so far ahead. Jin still sitting on Noonquiver Pickaxe, so far behind in terms of the gold. Diana with the Gnasher's Tooth, not as powerful as a one-item spike as a lot of these mythic items. She does have the Leeching Leer as well. Oh, the blue buff resetting, trolled by the Mundo. It's going to take her a little bit longer to do, but here comes our ADC as my support. He's looking for the roam here. The Cleaver comes in from Jakey-Poo, uses the red smite, flashes forward right into the stun, but hits another Cleaver. Our ADC is my support, still burning, still invisible, but Jakey-Poo hitting every Cleaver. Forces the flash out of Pyke, hits another Cleaver, doesn't matter, but here comes Garen and Kindred collapsing. Pyke escaping, gets the stun. Jakey-Poo is so deep, he's going to die to the final tick of the Kindred E, and now Garen with the ult to take down Diana. Just a crazy chase there, a little bit too deep, as red team is now pushing 5 strong down the mid lane. And here comes red team again. They just keep pushing in. Morgana flashing over the wall to hit the Dark Binding, use the Soul Shackles. Jin, you might think that your Raptors is a perfectly fine place to be farming, but when you see the entire red team pushing the tower right there with the Morgana, with all the hard CC, you have to be careful. Now, red team should just be able to get the second tier tower and go straight to the Rift Herald, continuing to pressure. They are breaking the game open now. It's almost a 5,000 gold lead. They have suddenly, quickly made things happen. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, PF Lightbone decided to just go there and farm by himself. You know, things are not looking great. Jin forced to buy the Swifties rather than, you know, a damage item, a combat item, just because he has not been able to get any gold. You saw he walked up to the Raptors to try and take them, and what happened? He just instantly died. The Dr. Mundo, Jakey-Poo, still very strong. He's working towards the Dead Man's Plate. He's got the Ninja Tabby, or the Plate of Steel Caps as well. But Kindred with the Kraken Slayer, Berserker's Greaves, also sitting on 2,000 gold. 4 members of Red Team sitting on more than 1,000 gold. And they're just going to continue. They're going to keep staying here. They're going to try and get the top tower easily without the Rift Herald charge, I should say. And now they can keep on pushing. They can get the hit onto the tier 2 tower. Blue team is scattered. It's only Darius here. Jakey-Poo is farming Gromp. Diana and Alistar are just farming this Tri-Brush, and the Herald is still alive. They should be able to get the charge onto the second tier tower. It's just Jin onto the inhibitor tower. It's just Jin and Darius staying here, defending the tower, and this inhibitor tower is going to fall at 16 minutes in. Now Morgana hitting the Dark Binding onto the Darius, gets the Soul Shackles. Bishop going to be able to run away, but now Kindred engaging on the Jin. Kai'Sa killed Diana in the mid lane. Great headbutt, great headbutt from Alistar, but they could not finish off the Kindred. The Hemorrhage is taking down the Ignite is on. Now Kindred should go down, but God Kevin finishing off the inhibitor. Blue team trying to get some kills back. Their whole team is now back, except Diana, who was killed by the Kindred. By the Kai'Sa, sorry. They are able to get 3 kills, so they make it essentially a 3-for-1 given the kill on the Diana, but they lose the inhibitor at 17 minutes. They are still almost 5,000 gold down. Yes, they may be able to take advantage of the early super minion by funneling farm. However, this will allow red team to have so much pressure. It is an Ocean Soul coming up. Red team already with 2 dragons. So, you know, this is just going to be, you know, who knows what could happen here. Let's see. Oh man, yeah, this is you know, if we look at the items, the Red team is just so far ahead, especially in the bot lane. This is the biggest difference. Kaisa working on that collector. Jhin still has not yet finished his first item. Alistar just finishing the lock of the Iron Solari now. Morgana has the Imperial Mandate, plus the Seeker's Armor Guard and the Stopwatch, working towards the Zanya's Hourglass, which will make those Soul Shackles even more effective. Kindred now with a full Phantom Dancer completed as well. Dr. Mundo, Jakey-Poo still working on that second item, the Dead Man's Plate. PF Lightbone looking for an engage here. He Hex Flashes the wall. He goes in, but I don't know if he wants to be here. They do get a lot of damage onto the Kaisa. She started tanking tower as well. Good flash by the Jhin to stop the Pyke ultimate from coming out. Alistar, though, is going to die. Red team still feeling strong, still feeling confident, still able to engage. Looks like Darius is going to get out now. Jakey-Poo on that Mundo, doing so much damage, healing up. The Garen ult comes out. It's not enough. Dr. Mundo able to keep running with the masochism, but now Darius sitting in the bush, and there's 3 people here. I don't think he wants that. Gets a big Q off. A lot of damage. The hemorrhage burning down, but Pyke is going to get the health back from Triumph, from his W, from his passive. He survives. Maybe a little bit of an int there from Darius. Blue team really just trying to make plays to run it down, to get these hits onto red team, and it's just not working every time they go in. Red team is punishing them. They are counter-engaging. They are staying. Good tries by blue team. You have to respect the effort. They are so far behind at this point. They're down in inhib. They're really trying to make big plays. The Diana is split pushing, trying to pick up as much farm as possible at 50 CS, but it doesn't matter. Now Alistar getting hooked in, just trying to go for the hero steal with no jungler, but the ultimate going to come out from our ADC as my support. Finish off the Alistar. The dragon as well goes over to red team. They have 3 dragons. They're on soul point. They are pushed in. They have taken every outer tower. Up here in the top lane, Gay Luigi push is going to be ended by Fear Sparrow, going to kill the Diana right away. 4 and 7 on that Diana. Has Nashor's Tooth and the Rift Maker, but is just trying to AFK split push, and it's just not working out. Red team able to put an answer down, win the 4v4. They're just too far ahead, almost 6,000 gold at this point. Pyke has the Edge of Night completed. In addition to his Dustblade, he's got another Serrated Dirk. He's going to be doing so much damage. Dr. Mundo finally completing the Dead Man's Plate. He's going to have a lot of armor. A lot of AD on the red team side. The only magic damage really is coming from Kaisa and Morgana. And Kaisa definitely does more physical damage in this current iteration. So I think the armor stacking is definitely a win condition for the blue team. Getting those tanks ahead. Getting them all the armor they need. Still, no grievous wounds picked up from the red team. And Dr. Mundo going to face check Jakey-Poo, taking so much damage. The stun comes in from our ADC as my support. The Garen ultimate comes in. But cleavers are hitting from Jakey-Poo with the ultimate burning. He is gaining so much health back. Curtain Call from the Jhin is going to finish off the Garen. And now our ADC as my support may be caught out in an undesirable position. Jhin going to back off, farm up the double super minion, keep getting farm onto him. And blue team wisely stops the chase. You don't want to be face checking into the Morgana and Pyke potentially. You will get CC'd and taken down so fast. Even Jakey-Poo almost popped immediately with all his HP. Now here comes Morgana pushing forward, trying to get the ward, but she may have walked a little bit too far. Gets the Soul Shackles, gets the Dark Binding, stepping forward. Hooked by the Darius, but is able to pop the Zanya's Hourglass, stay alive for a little bit longer. The ultimate coming in from Pyke, he gets the reset. That's 2. Darius healing up, he's got Noxian Guillotine reset. Pyke able to flash away, prevent the reset, but she will go down 2. Now, Gay Luigi on Diana, trying to go in, trying to make something happen, gets the ultimate off, but is killed there too. Red team coming up with a 4-4-2, and that should be the Baron Nashor for the red team. Clearing the vision around. Kaisa and Kindred will do so much damage. Garen as well, spinning in there. And after this Baron, the lead is going to be closer to 9 to 10k for the red team. Really leading across the board. The Diana trying to make split pushing happen, trying to make big plays at the end of fights, and just not tanky, not damaging enough. Dr. Mundo and Darius, definitely bright spots. 2 big bruisers. If they just get tanky, get a lot of armor, they have been able to survive for a long time, do a lot of damage. But the Pyke, the Kindred, the Kaisa, doing so much damage. Kaisa now on 3 items. Kraken Slayer, Collector, Runon's Hurricane. In addition to those Berserker's Greaves, just going to make her such a huge force. Hello, Island Go Same. I didn't even see you there. You know, I'm doing some casting, having a good time. I used to cast League of Legends a long time ago, and I like League of Legends. So, you know, figure I may as well stream it, just have some fun. Back to the game. Jin finally finishing the Gale Force. He's just so far behind at this point. He's really going to need a miracle fight to be able to get back in compared to the Kaisa. Interesting build on the Garen. I haven't seen the Divine Sunderer come out. By the way, you know, I just noticed this. God Kevin, you know, with the Divine Sunderer instead of something like a Stride Breaker or even like a Trinity Force. Now, blue team kind of stuck in their base here. They're trying to make something happen. But there's just not much they can do. There's a split push coming in. Red team runs so fast. They have good disengagement. Here comes the headbutt pulverize. They've caught Mirna's Slave. Forced to burn the Zanyas before using the Soul Shackles. Jakey go again very deep. Mirna's Slave is taken out. Now, blue team going to continue pushing. Jakey in that front line has the ult burning. But he is just deleted. Kaisa and Kindred doing so much damage. Diana goes in, popping the stopwatch, but our ADC is my support. Getting in there, doing so much damage. The Darius trying to pop off, but can't do enough. Diana will come down. It is the ace for red team. Blue team making a very good effort to come back, getting 3 kills, but just not enough. And now red team going to be able to push, get a couple inhibitors at least. They have 15 seconds on Alistar, 13 seconds, 12 seconds on Dr. Mundo. Kindred going to be able to take this first bot inhibitor. Our ADC is my support, pushing mid, able to get some damage onto the tower. And the Dragon Soul is up. Red team up more than 10,000 gold, able to just push for the Ocean Soul. It is... yeah, this game is looking very grim for blue team. A lot of their strength, too, is in that long fight. Getting the Conqueror stacked on Darius, getting the Dr. Mundo with the ult burning. Red team with Ocean Soul going to negate a lot of that advantage. It is worth noting, still no Grievous Wounds. Oh, 1 Grievous Wound. The Oblivion Orb picked up for the Morgana on the red team, so something to cut the Dr. Mundo healing. But I shouldn't be talking about this. We've got a fight going on. A headbutt pulverize coming in from PF Lightbone. Trying to get engaged on Mirna's Slave. God Kevin stepping up. The Dark Binding missed. Mirna's Slave may be caught out. Good ultimate there from the Diana. She is going to just get the kill. Pick for blue team right off the bat. And they're going to continue chasing. Jakey walking up. Darius looking to go on the Kaisa, but gets hooked away by the Pyke. Pyke doing so much damage. A Korean 1-2-3 will finish off the kill. Jakey continuing to chase around behind, but here comes Garen. He's getting in there. He's getting so deep, and Gay Luigi just gets absolutely melted. Jakey on the Mundo is staying alive for a long time. The Kindred is very strong, but not strong enough to finish him. But the red team healing up with Ocean Soul. Great Lamb's Respite coming in from the Kindred. Now Pyke chasing PF Lightbone, gets the slow. The ult does so much damage, like more than a quarter of the Alistar's HP. And now the only one alive is Jakey on the Dr. Mundo. He will complete the back, but super minions pushing into the base, working on the Nexus Tower. It is a clean 4-4-0 for the red team. And, I mean, that fight was just so segmented. Jakey kept chasing, Gay Luigi kept chasing, and the Garen coming out of nowhere to delete the Gay Luigi. Kaisa able to do just so much damage. They're going to get 3 inhibs here. They've still got the Ocean Soul. They're up over 12k gold. Let's see if they just push for the end here. If blue team can have one more fight left in them. The red team not backing out just yet. Looks like they may just want to go for the last fight here and then. Dark Binding, Soul Shackles coming out, and Dr. Mundo, one of the tankiest guys on blue team, just gets absolutely crushed. Diana popping the stopwatch, getting the ultimate off. Darius gets the reset. This is the basically blue team's way to win the fight. He gets a second. He gets a third. It's a triple kill for the Darius. Pyke is still alive, but not anymore. It is a quadra kill for the Darius. He stays alive, and it is a pentakill for Bishpop on Darius. Blue team trying to make things happen, trying to stay alive. Darius doing what he can to claw it back, but double supers continue to pour into the base of blue team. They have to just keep clearing. There's no objectives for them to take. Jakey and the Dr. Mundo was just popped so fast from the Morgana CC. Blue team just, you know, Blue team had such a good fight there, and it's still just not enough. They are still 10,000 gold down. They still have 2 inhibitors down. There was just nothing to take. Baron Nashor spawning in 20 seconds. Red team is just going to be able to go take that uncontested. Blue team is more than likely stuck in their base. You know, they just have to keep scaling. Jakey Poo on the Dr. Mundo actually picking up a Spectre's Cowl, deciding to go with some magic resist here. I don't know if I like that choice. I think stacking the armor may be the smarter idea. Guardian Angel and Bramble Vest finished for the Darius. You know, again, he has shown that he can do, you know, he can really do a lot when he's left alone. You know, Mundo trying to walk up and do something, but it's just too late. Red team still 10,000 gold ahead. They have 3 inhibitors down, and now they have the Baron buff. They just have to avoid having that same fight happen multiple times, and they will be fine. Blue team really trying to turtle this out. Dr. Mundo clearing one wave. Darius, Diana clearing another. Jhin trying to keep mid cleared, but now red team is in the base with the Baron. They just have to sit back. Try not to get engaged on. Members of red team bringing in all 3 waves. There's so many minions. The Dark Binding coming down, forcing the stopwatch from Gay Luigi immediately. Garen looking for the engage, looking for the Q, and look at how fast these towers are falling. Darius stepping up, looking for another miracle fight. Here comes the Lamb's Respite. Kindred focusing the Nexus within the Lamb's Respite. But blue team starting to win the fight, to take things down. But never mind. Pyke doing so much damage. Garen doing so much damage. Kai'Sa staying alive, and the minions are going to finish off the base. The 29-minute victory for the red team.